A rock from outer space that came crashing through the roof of a New Jersey home is raising one of the biggest questions in science. Could the ingredients for life on Earth have come from space? What a question. July 16, 2024, a fireball streaked across the Northeast at more than 30,000 miles an hour, creating a sonic boom before a 2-pound meteorite punched through the roof of a home in Hillsborough, New Jersey. And now, after 2 years of lab testing, scientists say that that very rare meteorite contains what they're calling alien world chemistry. We're talking amino acids, organic compounds, other prebiotic molecules, so the chemical building blocks needed for life. Now, to be clear, they're not saying that they found living aliens, but they believe this remarkably pristine space rock could help explain how the chemistry required for life may have been delivered to the Earth billions of years ago. So, is this the closest we have been to alien life visiting Earth? Does it mean that we're all actually aliens? I want to bring in somebody who knows about this a lot more than I do. Dr. Peter Jenniskens, senior research scientist, astronomer, meteor expert at the SETI Institute, has led numerous meteorite recovery expeditions around the world, helping scientists track fireballs, recover fallen meteorites, unlock their hidden secrets. So good to see you. Thanks so much for taking the time. Alien world chemistry. Building blocks of life. What does that mean exactly? I mean, is this alien life? Does it mean that life's out there? What do we take away from that?
Well, you know, this rock actually hit close to your home. I mean, a lot of people in New York City felt the boom.
Yeah.
It was a daytime event, so, you know, not that conspicuous a meteor, but everything was rattling. So just a friendly reminder that asteroids are still impacting
Sure, but what about what was there, the alien chemistry? What do we take away from that?
Yeah, well, this rock was immediately recovered. It was preserved, and the homeowners really did a great service to science in that. And so we got to look at it and study it, and noticed that this particular rock was different than other types of meteorites. These types are rare. We have 22 of them. So far, only 2 of them are sort of this type, and this type was the first pristine one, and we can actually see that it contains tiny bits of material coming from the original surface of the world where these rocks came from. And these rocks were the ones that brought organics and water to the Earth. So in a way, in this impact, we again had a view of what happened at the time of the origin of life, when the Earth was a bone dry place.
So that means it's out there somewhere. That means this is out there somewhere else, though, right? That means that this is out there somewhere else. There's life out there. There's potentially life out there.
Well, we think there is. We hope there is. We're searching for it. But we are also searching for what you need to make life possible. I mean, the fact that there's life on Earth is really extraordinary. It was really...
Was it caused by this? Was it caused by a meteorite with organic compounds and amino acids? Was that how life on Earth happened?
Exactly. So one of the rocks that hit the Earth in the early days got stuck in the asteroid belt. And it got hit recently. A piece came our way, crashed in the roof, somebody's bedroom. Basically, you know, what happened at the time when life on Earth originated. So we've looked at this rock, and we've found that this particular rock was very finely brushed. It was just pummeled and smashed, and there were these little bits of pieces that came from the subsurface of the asteroid. And that gave us the first sort of window into what chemistry you get on that type of an object. And we basically expanded the flavor of compounds and molecules and types of chemistry that you could have delivered to the early Earth at that time. And so when the homeowner walked into that bedroom and sniffed the scent of this meteorite that exploded there.
It was like sulfur. They said it was like sulfur, right?
Yeah, exactly. So he basically was smelling the scent of the early Earth.
So let me ask you this. Is it possible there's another meteorite that's here on Earth, we just haven't found it yet, and it contains the building blocks of life, and it has evolved, it is developing life in some way? Is that a possibility?
We think that meteorites not necessarily carry life, because then you sort of have to think about, okay, so what needed to happen to create it somewhere else? So it's philosophically not a interesting idea. We think that Earth itself was just a fine enough place, to get life started. But it did need compounds to start with. It needed a beginning. Mm-hmm. And I think what we just witnessed was really that sort of beginning. Yeah. And this meteorite gave us a sense of, how that might have happened.
It's remarkable. It's remarkable. It's a remarkable discovery. It's a remarkable development in our understanding of life, both here and space. And listen, Doctor, I appreciate you coming on to talk about it. I also appreciate your enthusiasm for this. It's rare to find somebody that level of enthusiasm about what they do, but it's great to see. Dr. Peter Jenniskens, thank you so much. Good seeing you again.
Pleasure.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.